What's going on, guys? Today we're going to be looking at this chest here. So what we're trying to do is get it networked. So the current issue is this side right here is my client, this side right here is the server. So basically the server has all authority, and you'll see what I mean by that. So pretty much if you're looking up at the client screen, when I press F to interact and get this chest, it'll disappear with no problem. Now I have the key. I should be able to go and open this door. Let's see. Yeah, no problems. But now, if we look at the client side, he goes to try to get the key. It'll say he got the key, but you see the chest never goes away, and on the server or the client side. So let's go ahead and jump in and see why that is. First things first, we know that it's replicated because when the server grabs it, it disappears on the client side. So yeah, okay, so we know it's replicated. I'm thinking the issue is when we destroy it. I have a feeling that we have to send I have a feeling that we have to do this through a server RPC. So let's go ahead and we should probably do this on the character, actually. Let me grab the character. Let's see. And the reason why is just because I don't really want to have a server event on this actor, this chess actor. I don't know. Just not my style. So I'll add a custom event. Let's go ahead and hit server. We'll do interact with chest. So let's make sure this runs on the server. Let's make sure. Do we want it to be reliable? Yeah, we should make it reliable. We don't really want the chest to not work. Okay, so let's do this. So we'll set the key and destroy the actor. That's pretty much it. And then right here, let's do another custom event, I believe. We'll do interact with chest. And this will just run like normal. When I press F, all I'm going to hit is interact with chest. From the chest, let's go ahead and how can we get this? I know how we can get this. Where's the parent? Alright. We should have access to the player, I believe. There we go. Okay, so we got the character. Yeah, the character, not the player. So let's go ahead and set has church key. I want to set that to true. Let's also destroy actor. But actually, no, we don't want to do this. Yeah, we do. But first we want to go has authority. If it has authority, this is what we want to do. Does not have authority, then we want to call from the player character server interact with chest. And then this is and that's I'm pretty sure this is what we want to do, but we don't want to destroy the character. That's gonna drive me insane. We don't want to destroy the character, so what we do want to destroy is the chest. So what I'm thinking is I'm gonna create a variable. This is self. I'm gonna create a variable on here that is the chest. The type will be BP underscore wooden chest. We're gonna get the object reference, and this is what we're gonna want to destroy. And we're gonna set this. What's wrong with this? An invalid target. We don't need a target because it's a variable on itself. But because I copied it over, it was from the other actor. I want this to be true, actually. All right, so now on the wooden chest, let's see, what do we got? Okay, so now we're gonna call this, we're gonna destroy the chest. We do wanna set the chest though as well. So what we can do is before we call anything, when we press F, I'm just gonna do it like this. So when we press F, we'll go like this. We'll get the chest, we'll set the chest, I should say. And we'll just get a reference to self. And that should set the chest, but before anything, you know what? I'm gonna let's see. I'm gonna do a little test here. So we'll go custom event, spawn debug. I just want to check to see basically when this chest gets, when you press F, I want to be able to draw a debug string. No, let's draw debug sphere. I like spheres. All right, we'll go debug sphere. And then we'll go get location, get actor location. And then we'll just put it right there. The radius could be 100. Duration will be 10 seconds. Yeah, that's fine. You know, let's make it 1,000. Okay. So now, when we press F, I would like to call this event. I don't remember what I named it. Oh, draw. No. Debug, maybe? Oh, there we go. Spawn debug. Okay, so let's see. So I'll just do this in single player. So if we go over here, we press F, we'll see the debug sphere. So we know that that's the correct chest, and it's properly setting itself. Now let's test it in, I don't know, to be honest with you, I don't know if the debug sphere will draw. Okay, cool. So yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know if it'll draw on the server because I didn't network it, but I don't really care about that as long as we know that this is the right chest, whether it's gonna be on the server or the client. So let's go ahead, we could delete this. Like that never happened. All right. So we're setting the chest. Now we want to interact with the chest. So when we call interact with chest, basically what we're doing is we're checking if it has authority. If it does not have authority, it means it's the client. Then it's going to call server interact with chest. And you know what? Actually, I'm going to go ahead and as well, let me come over here. Before I do this, I don't want to do any functionality yet. I'd actually rather have, let's go ahead and do a print string. This way it'll tell me if it's going to be on the server or if it's going to be on the client. So this will actually be kind of nice. So let's see, if it is the server, it should just act like normal. And if it's the client, all it should do is print a string and say it's from the server now. So let's see. All right, there we go. So server, hello. So now we know the functionality is set up, it's working. So let's go ahead and get rid of that. Let's plug this in here. Let's see. All right, now let's cross our fingers. Nope. Let's see what it's saying here. It's telling me Access none, trying to read the property chest. BP main character. When you're trying to destroy this actor, it's accessing none. So the reason why it's accessing none is because when I destroy the actor, I hit it like 2 more times. So if I were to only do it once, I don't think it'll access none. Let's try and see. Okay, so if I just do it 1 time, I hit F once. Okay, so there is an issue. For some reason, it's accessing none to read this the variable of this chest to destroy the actor, but it was totally fine when we were doing the debug. And I think the reason why is because this is calling from the server. You know, oh, I know why. This has to be replicated. Okay, now let's see. This should be why. I'm hoping so. No? Let me see. Let's see if it's working on the server right now, which I know it was earlier. It's still working just fine. It's not accessing none. Okay. Alright, so I'm thinking this is never being set on the server. So actually, let's go ahead and do this. We'll call interact with chest. Inside of interact with chest is where we'll set it. So we can set it right here. And I hate messy blueprints. And now let's go into here. Let's go ahead and do the same thing, except so you know what I think I'm gonna have to do here is it's kind of weird. I'll get rid of this. But I'm almost thinking what I'm going to have to do is, let's do sphere overlap actors. I'm going to try this and just see. Get actor location. So this is getting my location. This will sphere overlapped around my location. Let's give it a 200 radius. Let's give it like a 500 sphere radius. Because there's no... I mean, if we're looking at only BP underscore wooden chest, if we're only looking for the chest, there should not be another chest within a 500 radius. As a matter of fact, there shouldn't be another chest at all in the game if I do it the way I'm planning on. So let's go to reference to self. Let's go ahead and make an array because we want to ignore myself. Let's go ahead and make an array here. Let's look for, actually, no, we don't want to look for pawns. We want to look for, what is it? Let's go to class defaults here. Class settings. No, it is class defaults. Where's the collision type? So we go down to collision presets, is world dynamic. That's what we're looking for, world dynamic. All right, so now you get a reference. Oops. Let's get a copy here. Let's check to make sure. It's valid first. I believe would be through here. Yeah. All right. So now, as long as this is valid, then we will destroy it. And if it's not valid, just for now, I would like to know that it's not valid. Just not valid. Okay, so the way that we're gonna do this here is basically if you are okay, let's see. So I got rid of this here. It doesn't matter anymore. because we're just destroying self. And then, okay, so now when I press F, I will interact with the chest, which we'll call this here. It'll check if I have authority. If I do have the authority, it'll set the church key to true, destroy the actor. And if I do not have the authority, then it'll call server interact with chest, which runs on the server. It's reliable. Now what it's going to do is going to do a sphere overlap actors around myself, 500 radius, check to find to see if there's another chest. If that chest is valid, it should destroy the actor. And I would like to set the key after it as well. Let's just plug that in right here. Alright, so let's cross our fingers. First things first, let me make sure it works on the server, no problem. Alright, here we go. There we go. But let me make sure that I have the key now. Let me try and see if I can unlock this door. Perfect. Alright, so I mean, it's a bit of a dirty workaround, but I mean, I don't necessarily see an issue with it. Okay, so I can't open the door there. I come over here, I grab the chest. I can open the door. Another issue that I'm seeing right here, though, is that on the client side, if you notice, when I walk into this door, it should say press F to interact on my screen, but it says it on the server screen. So when the server walks into it, press F to interact, press F to interact. But now if I walk into it from the client side, you'll see it pops up on the server screen. So that's something that we'll look into somewhere near in the future here. But I definitely do gotta start networking that. I have to start networking this light, because you can see even though I turn it off on my screen, it still shows on the server, and that goes the other way too. But yeah, for now we're pretty happy with these results, so thanks guys.